Clicked on this video, it's not clickbait. I have 116 hours played in game, and most of it being PvP. Here's how many players I have knocked. And if you want to learn how to PvP in Ark Raiders for as long as this game may live, you need to watch all of this. But I hope you enjoy. I want to get in with the basics, such as the weapons and what is the best ones for you. This tier list is considering this weapon that I can't say without getting demonetized on YouTube is nerfed into the ground. So we're not going to put this weapon into the equation, and we're going to assume that it is being nerfed. The main attachments for the sake of the video is what we're assuming to be used is the stable stock, the vertical grip, the compensator, and an extended light mag or magazine of any kind. We're going to start with the Rattler. I'm putting this thing straight in C. Even with attachments, it's not worth the investment that you can get from other weapons, and it's just outright a horrible gun in my opinion. If you throw a kinetic converter on it, you might have some fun. The Kettle is just a better version of the Rattler at every level and has more fragging potential than a Rattler does. The Hairpin is for John Wick role players. We throw that in D. The Pharaoh is S+, as you combo with the Stitcher, which is also S+. It requires almost no investment and works as an anvil for basically free. The Stitcher is the best S+ weapon in the game because it costs almost nothing, and even with attachments, it is one of the best weapons in the game by far. It out DPSs almost everything, and if you hit all your headshots, it's just a mini Bobcat. First, we're gonna go over the Toro. I mean, it's just S+, 2 shots to the body, and it kills you instantly, especially on Stellamontis. It is extremely good. The Anvil combined with any of these weapons is also S+, as it's just an upgraded Pharaoh. It's pretty simple if you think about it. The Apregio gets an A tier for being at level 4, with attachments being actually pretty good. It can be used in trios and duos pretty efficiently, but I would never rock it in a solo. The Berletta gets a B, as it really depends on the user and how much trigger finger you have, but it's a solid B tier weapon. I find nothing wrong with it and can get a few frags before I usually kick the dirt. The Renegade is A tier, as it is surprisingly flexible and I think could easily shoot up into S depending on what is balanced in the future. I'm going to say the same about the Osprey, as it has little to no attachments that you need to throw on it like a Pharaoh or Anvil, and makes it a very worthwhile weapon, especially once I believe a lot of the weapons will be balanced, as they will. The Torrent, if you haven't seen the extended barrel Jinxer build, oh my god, the Torrent is actually pretty good. I'll throw it in a solid A, especially with some of the more closer indoor fights that people have been experiencing with the 30+ frag grenades. The Volcano is S+. Once this thing is fully maxed with a kinetic converter, it is unstoppable and can wipe up to like 3 squads at once. It instantly reloads, and with attachments, don't even get me started on this thing, it's a dream. This thing is allowed to have a kinetic converter. You would throw it on this of all things. The Tempest, after the nerfs to the Venator, it will also be S+. These are weapons that will always dominate unless something major is changed. The Tempest, after the Venator gets nerfed, the Tempest is just going to be an absolute beamer. The Betnut goes in C, as it has been heavily nerfed, or someone touched this thing and made it terrible, as it is only useful for PvE now. Same as the Hullcracker, it goes in D, only used for PvE. The Bobcat, I believe after all of the nerfs, will be S+. The only reason why these are at the end is because now with the security locker nerfs, will be harder to get. So this is essentially your list of weapons that you want to be using. The Equalizer and the Jupiter get D+ for being PvE weapons. The Jupiter, you could argue, is a PvP weapon. Just throw them in a solid B. The only thing that doesn't take a different type of attachment, I would say, is the Betna. You'd want to throw a kinetic converter with an extended barrel on this thing. You'd want an extended barrel on the Osprey, which makes it S+, especially at some maps like Spaceport or any other long range map. I just want to show you my stash, so this is where my opinions are coming from. I have all level 4 weapons and they all have attachments, so trust me, except for the one I showed you, of course. Don't mind the gray ones. But yeah, that's what my stash looks like if anyone was curious. And no, I do not have security breaches and did not exploit into the key rooms. I would double pump somebody though. John Ark. If you're interested in the time to kill, it's right here for you. I'll also include a Reddit post in the description for you to go look at if you would like. Going over to systems, my favorite augment has to be the Survivor augment. It has 3 safe pockets and it allows you to crawl forever on the ground. You can go full Dead by Daylight build if you would like. There's also things like it deploys a smoke grenade, has a fixed cooldown. You can go and look at all of these. The Common MK2 sucks, but we don't talk about that one. And this one gives you an adrenaline shot after your shield breaks. So there's a variety of different things. I would only use a medium shield in almost every loadout unless you're going to Salamantis or like spaceport, like indoors areas, like Blue Gate Labs, for example. The last system I want to talk about is a little bit of the crafting. It's just a staircase system. You go from mechanical components to advanced mechanical components to things like magnetic accelerators and power rods. You can also make higher tier medical supplies and other things like that. Like this is used to recharge your shields. It just requires something to make something. Like Ark Ally can be turned into metal parts instead to make mechanical components instead of Ark circuitry and things such as that. Or you can make mod components for attachments instead of advanced mechanical components, blah blah blah. I'll also go into heal combos later for you so you know what's the best healing combo to stay alive. And utility. Now I'm going to go over movement. If you've been watching my streams like I'm live right now, please help me get partner. I'm so close. I need this. Right now I know I'm slipping inside level 5, but a common tactic is to slide, peek a corner, shoot, and then roll backwards. Doing this with shotguns or any other weapon is insanely strong because you can just get into cover really quickly, especially with shotguns, and be completely safe. It's very strong, especially with hip-fireable weapons, but that's like one of the only movement techs within Ark Raiders you have to really worry about, and making sure to hit your sprint key before you actually roll to dive. With desync and many other things, it'll be very hard to shoot you, or after an anvil shot, trying to roll into cover is important. Make sure that you are holding your sprint key so you actually do a dodge roll, and you'll get your maximum value out of your dive. Remember, basing on your stamina is how fast you can vault. You can slow vault, fast vault, etc. Also, whenever you're really high somewhere, get really high, then jump off somewhere, you can get really fancy. You can catch something at almost any height as long as you're not in the parachuting animation, and you can save yourself some fall damage. I almost forgot to show you the slide tech. If you are running and you slide and you immediately get up after sliding, you will regain stamina while you're sliding at the same time. This is good if you're ever running to an extract or you need a little bit of extra stamina. That's how you do a silent drop with the zipline. It also works on ladders. You just press it before you hit the ground and it's practically silent. It's good for ganking or anything else. You can also roll after if you screw it up, just so you can negate some of the fall damage. And yes, you can roll before you land to negate fall damage. And it saved my life like hundreds of times, like actually. I want to talk about the nature of an Ark Raiders fight. It starts with either engaging or being engaged on. Here I get off the engage, very obviously, but I have light impact grenades, which we're also going to go over, which is the lowest tier, most available form of grenades. I'm currently in neutral. I throw an impact. I throw another one. I throw another one. I hear a shield break. I know I'm up a bunch of HP, so I can push him and get an equal trade. At this point, I'm not sacrificing enough HP to not risk being a third party and dying, and I still have a viable chance. My impact grenades are so good, by the way. I get third partied by a Toro, and I shoot him a few times. I duck out of cover when I know he's about to shoot me with a shotgun, stop the desync, and I light impact him to stop myself from trying to trade him too hard. Neutral means waiting to poke someone with an anvil or a grenade, etc. Pushing to get my bodies when this guy comes out of nowhere to kill another person. I shoot him a few times, and I impact his cover. It's better than heavy fuses as it's not guaranteed damage, but could arguably flood someone out of cover. Dude, impacts are so broken! Look at how good they are. I need a video on how broken impacts are, man. Sorry. Here I'm using a little smoke grenade to breach a door, because if you know all the spawns in the game, which you'll slowly learn over time by taking free loadouts or etc., you'll know where people are spawning, and I either have to rush this guy or I'm essentially going to be caught in a fifth party. And a lot of these maps play like a CSGO map, so as long as you realize that, you'll be fine. He tries to ward me off with a heavy fuse, but I just meet him on the opposite end, and we timing each other for a quick little 1v1, and I come out on top. I just want to go over the differences of jolt mines and showstoppers and why people don't think showstoppers are OP, but I also just want to talk a little bit more about these smoke grenades. They're used for really repositioning and getting behind cover and finding new right hands to heal and kill people with, and it gives the enemy a sense of uncertainty and risk if they're willing to push it or not. Like this guy could already be in the subway by now, and if people are ever guarding subways, people will, you know, look for you. They won't necessarily peek, but they'll smoke bomb it and they'll pre-nade common areas. I'm basically saying smoke grenades are S tier utility and broken. People will also smoke grenade extracts, and if you're evil, you can bait the extract by getting it over halfway, so it makes this beep noise and killing whoever enters your smoke to extract camp them. But let's go over jolt mines real quick. Jolt mines aren't the tool that everyone thinks they are. They're supposed to be made to either distract or make forced noise so that you know someone's flanking you. You should never expect a good player to get hit by one of these unless for two reasons. Either A, you're at a zip line, or B, it's really high placed on a door. But if you go to the top of a zip line and you place a jolt mine, it is almost impossible to hear before the time that you're up. It's almost unreactable, and the game actually forces you. The game forces you, but also you can place one like at the bottom of a zip line to go over the two separate reactions. Like, oh, I'm going up, I can't ready to shoot. Ah, I'm forced. Oh no, my Venator. I paid so much money for this thing. Oh no, time to pull out my 50th one. And then you go back to the lobby, or you go down. Oh, my key room, the guy camping the line just lost me $1 million. Oh my god, I just barricade exploited into the door for no skill at all, and I opened up 17 security lockers for my weapons. Oh my god, I just lost it all to a jolt mine. How you can stop this is when you're about to actually get to the zip line, you jump in any other direction. Well, that just auto vaulted me, but pretend there's no auto vault and you jump in any other direction before getting off, like that. Most notably the sides of elevator shafts. But if you complete the zip line, it'll auto push you to that one location. When showstoppers, on the other hand, are a different story. Just watch this guy's reaction. He thinks it's a jolt mine.
Is that this way? Go up the stairwell. Hey, in front of me.
Back. Oh, we're dead. Bro, the jolt mine was so perfect. It was insane.
No, that wasn't even a jolt mine.
That was the main one. Why did he have a mine in his hand already?
Yeah,
a big myth is that people don't know that showstoppers actually explode when they come in close enough contact with people. They think they just runs past them. No, it insta explodes, giving you a free push and killing them for free. I have a bunch of guides on my channel, including the most recent one, Stella Montes, which gives you the best showstopper farm, so make sure to go look at that. Going over just a few more utility items. I'm not going to bore you to death with some of the useless utility like dead mines that are only made for people pre-queuing to get Twitter clips. Noisemakers are surprisingly pretty good. You're trying to extract somewhere, you set up a noisemaker to know if they're coming down your subway, and it's actually pretty good. It's cheap too. Like, I've seen some people set up a bunch of these, like play Total Rainbow Six Siege. It's really not that bad. Barricade kits create right-hand peaks and allow you to turn unwinnable situations into winnable ones. It can also block doorways and allow you to reset faster. I'm playing Rust, dropping barricade kits, or if you're ever trying to just guard and extract, you can place 30 barricade kits. On Stella Montes, you're gonna have to bring like 30 of these if you're solo. Like actually 30 of these if you want any of the loot without dying, probably in like a high tier lobby. Because there is skill-based matchmaking. If you queue longer than 2 minutes, you'll be instantly put into a game. We don't know what it's based off yet, but it definitely exists. Door blockers, which you can place on a door to stop people from flanking you. It's really good to place in about like 1 second. It takes like no time at all, and it's really insane. A lot of the game is like very casual. Expect 3 months down the line for insane strategies to appear if certain things are not nerfed or tuned. So I gotta hurt myself now because I spoke against the gods of Ark Raiders. And Bark's gonna stick me in a 20-man Venator lobby for judging it. The best heal combos is to make sure that you have a instant heal, which is the highest tier heals in the game. So for example, you would pop a bandage and then you would pop a Vita shot right after, even though it gives you a ton of HP, it gives you like 50, but that would be your maximum heal to instantly reset. So then for if you need shields, of course you're going to use a shield recharger. If you have blue shield, it will overheal, but I mean, an instant reset. You should have at least one of these every game for emergency situations. It's especially good after you smoke and can instantly heal you, and the enemies will never expect it, making them overzealous. This took about like 12 takes. I was making it ironically bad, but don't worry about that. The zip lines are just the most broken thing in the game. You can just place them everywhere. Obviously, if there's someone watching the zip and they have any sense of shooting, they're gonna snipe you for a little bit of damage. Don't worry, you can smoke grenade after or anything you need to do. You're probably not gonna get caught. But the snap hook, if you hold S, you'll be launched farther. Or I'm not re-editing that. If you hold S, you will be launched farther. Don't ask me why it didn't work. But what? Oh, it's because it's skybox. Okay, it's skybox. But yeah, hold S to go farther, and you can grapple on surfaces and get some really nasty movement with this thing. And talk about adrenaline. Adrenaline's just simply run forever, and you can just run from point A to B to get across the map instantly. I didn't go over the blaze grenade or the lure grenade, but hopefully the rest of the utility made sense. The blaze grenade you should just throw behind you while you're retreating, and the lure grenade targets all arc to strike an area that you throw it at for a few seconds. Here, I was completely silent, and I was role-playing. I was protecting the matriarchs, so, and by that I mean I want some gear sets, so I planned on trying to kill these guys. Sometimes all you need is a good distraction, and use the server event to pull out the best amount of gear possible. The matriarch doesn't really drop anything too important other than materials for your expedition, so trying to clear out the herd as much as possible is like a really effective strategy. I know a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do this, and it's not just a bad scummy thing to do. If you see a bum with a Venenator here not even shooting the thing, maybe you guys should kill him, because it's like pretty obvious what he's doing. This is also how I get all my weapon parts and break them down into like specific weapon parts to upgrade my guns, by killing people and recycling their weapons. I got my matriarch parts, now I want some weapons, bro. Really fast looter. Please don't go take my matriarch parts. Fast looter.
I can't PvP. And you're already level 75, bro. You need to do that. That's crazy. Another game, but that's not bad.
Number one PvP rule. If a grown man is begging for you to rev him, he has legendary loot. Bro, all the security lockers getting me free wins right now. That's how you get max loot. That's how you get max wins, bro. Bro, this guy's full like nothing. He's just here to kill people. Yeah, bro. Yeah. He's dead. He's dead. But yeah, let me know what you learned from this video. I got more guides on my channel. Also, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. But yeah, now watch me try and kill everybody. No, he's dead already. He's dead. We killed him forever ago. There's four. I can't kill 4. Be careful, by the way, because people can place trigger nades on the extract button and explode you as you come to extract.